Welcome back, guys, to another beer review. You're watching All the Beer No Idea. I'm Baz. As I always say, you're probably sick to death of hearing it, but you get it anyway. So we're off to Germany now, and to be precise, Berlin. And the beer that I picked up is part of a 12-pack that I picked up from Beerwolf that was $35.99. 12 bottles in it, all coming in at about £3 each, or £3 each if you like. So yeah, what we've got, it's from a brewery I've never had anything from before. That's what I liked about this case. There was lots of different stuff. And it's from Schoppe Brau Berlin. And this is their Hoppy Schoppe Pilsner. Makes me chuckle, that Hoppy Schoppe Pilsner. So there we go. There's a branding. There's the old bridge thing there. There's the bottle cap. Schoppe Brau Berlin. Very cool. I do like that. It's coming in at 5.2%, 330ml bottle. So let's get it open, get it into this glass, and let's see what we get. Hopefully it's just a good traditional sort of German Pilsner and not too craft-like. That's the only downside to maybe a couple of the German beers I've had out of that box. It sort of tends to be sort of craft thing. And personally, the downside for me in that is that Germany do great beers anyway. They don't need to go down this craft route. They know what they're doing. They do good stuff. So, but, well, for a Pilsner, my word, look at the sediment in that. A few bubbles stuck on the side. Just had a beer out of it, that's why. Look at the floaties in there. There were some major floaties in there. Hopefully it's all good. It has been sitting in the fridge for a while. I didn't tip it up or nothing or try to get anything going in there. So, yeah, amber colour if you like, hazy. It's got a few cornflakes in there by the looks of it. We got just a dusting of white head on top, plenty of carbonation going up. It looks more like an IPA, but let's roll with it. So we'll give it a sniff, see what we get. Okay. Bit malty. Little bit hoppy. I mean, I've just had a Dutch IPA in this. Sort of had a citrus thing about it. All I've done is just give the glass a good rinse, not really cleaned it. And I'm getting a little bit of a citrus note in this, I think. So I'm not sure if it's maybe from the beer I've just had or in this. But yeah, let's dive in and see what we get, even though it looks, look at that. It's unreal. So let's dive in and give it a taste. Cheers. Now, what I will say is, still sort of getting that little citrus sort of mango thing. I don't know if that's coming from the glass. I would like to think not. But let's go in again. Nice and soft, smooth, well carbonated, but not overly carbonated. There is, like I say, I'm picking up this sort of citrus, maybe sort of mango thing in there. Could be from the beer I had in there before. Quite a nice mouthfeel for a Pilsner, in all honesty. Getting that, like I say, I'm sort of picking stuff up from that last beer, so I'm not sure if it is that. Which is sort of like hoppy and a bit of mango sort of thing going on. This has got, I'm going to assume it is from the beer I had before, but what I'm picking up from this is a nice bready, malty thing going on in there. It's got that nice little bitter, spicy kick to it. Maybe slightly sweet as well. Extremely drinkable. Extremely drinkable. Get your words out. 5.2%. I mean, you wouldn't say that bitterness gives it the impression of something a little bit stronger. But you certainly don't sort of, it certainly doesn't drink like 5.2%. You know, it's the only sort of inkling that they're saying a bit of welly there is that little bit of spiciness, but you can pick that spiciness up from sort of lower percentage beers anyway. Drinks like a dream, in all honesty. Very refreshing. Very crisp as well. That bitterness really gives it a lovely crispness. Yeah, it's got that lovely sort of spicy edge to it. I'm not sure if it's sort of like that. There's no sort of, it's got that spicy edge, but not necessarily a pepperiness to it. And I think the carbonation sort of builds that up more than what is actually in there. But for me, my first one of, we're going to get any more out of there. Not much more in there, is there? My first beer from Schoppe Brau, Berlin. Their Hoppy Schoppe pilsner coming in at 5.2%. For me, although extremely sort of full of sediment and that, is a lovely beer. Lovely drinkable beer, very downable, and something you could session the absolute backside out of. So yeah, give it a go. Well worth a try in my opinion. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. That is definitely it for tonight for the beer review. So thank you all for watching. Feel free to subscribe like I always say, and I'll see you again on another beer review. Cheers.